Hello, this is Catherine and Tonya. We are Twin Flame Mystique 1111. Welcome, and thank you for tuning back into our channel. And today we have a special guest who will be speaking with us about the 5 different stages of twin flame union. He is also a true twin flame who has met his gorgeous twin flame on November 11th, 2018. And we couldn't be more excited to welcome the one and only Adam Namaste, the CEO of Ascension Express. How
Woo! What is going on, y'all?
We are so happy to have you with us.
I am ecstatic. OMG.
Well, sir, we're wanting to pick your brain on this. We're going to go over these 5
It's
stages.
that big old brain of mine.
That's right, of twin flame union. So, number 1 being the activation of the dark night of the soul and the karmic soulmate false twin, or pre-twin, or catalyst, that we like to call it.
Right.
Yep.
The very beginning.
Yes.
The very beginning.
Very beginning. How was that for you?
Oh man, that was a piece of cake. A walk in the park. Really nothing to it. Yeah, right.
Right.
I wish I could say that, but nope. Nope. And
nope. And nope.
It was the exact opposite. It was like hell to the millionth degree, the infinite degree, whatever you call that in mathematics, but it was just not pleasant whatsoever. Doesn't seem that way at first, though.
Right.
At first, you think everything is A-okay, seems like it's going well.
Right.
But then, one day, I suddenly had these ambivalent feelings. Like, on one hand, I felt and saw myself wanting to have a future with this karmic soulmate. But at the same time, this strong, raw gut feeling of like, geez, something is wrong. Something isn't right here. Something's not sitting right with me. And I couldn't shake that feeling. So this conflict of feelings led me to go on Google, because at that time I didn't have this whole spiritual community, girls like you to talk to, people to talk to about this stuff. So I went to Google and started to write things like, why am I feeling this way about my girlfriend, right? And then that search eventually turned into articles about soulmates and then twin flames. And my mind was immediately intrigued. I was addicted. I wanted to know more and more, because it was like, for the first time, my life started to make sense.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't making all this stuff up in my head. I could connect the dots.
You were validated.
I was extremely validated. So the more and more I went down this hellhole, this extremely windy road of being with the karmic soulmate, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, I came to the final conclusion that she was not the one. She was the one to show me things about myself that I needed to learn.
Yeah.
That I needed to be able to want to grow from. Lessons like valuing my own opinion, setting boundaries,
Yes.
not letting somebody change me into somebody that I'm not.
Wow. Yeah.
So many things
Mm.
that I feel like would just go beyond this video. But
Yeah.
it was intense. And that was just the first stage, which at that point, at the end of the relationship where I was about to leave, I knew at that point my true twin flame was out there in the world.
Wow.
And at that point, I couldn't just let that elude me. I couldn't just sit back and pretend like everything was all right anymore. I knew
Yeah.
that I had to do the hard thing, leave her for good, this karmic soulmate, and start the process of finding my twin flame, which was going through the dark night of the soul.
Mm.
And I've been through many of these dark nights of the soul before in my life, many times
Yeah.
where I was really depressed and even considering taking my own life. But for some reason, this was the worst. This was like I felt my soul was just ripped out of my body. As intelligent as I am, I felt like my brain was gone. Didn't leave my room for weeks.
Yep.
At one point, locked the door. I told everybody to go away. Didn't want to answer the phone. Didn't want to go anywhere. And I just didn't think that at that point, I think I was 31, that my life could go forward, that my life could work. I thought it was just totally ruined, like I had ruined all my chances. And I just felt pure despair. So it led me in such a hole where I eventually had to go on antidepressants. I just couldn't fight the demons in my head anymore. And that allowed me, after some time of being on these pills, to then re-explore the twin flame journey.
Wow.
Yeah. And it took some time, but I eventually got through the dark night of the soul, this most brutal dark night of the soul, and then slowly got into stage 2. But
Gotcha.
before we go on to stage 2, I would very much like to hear you and Tanya's point of view on stage 1 and where you were at with that.
Well, okay, so when I found out that my karmic twin was a karmic, I went through the same thing you did. Exact same thing. Like, I didn't go out of my apartment. I was like, everybody leave me alone. I just want to die.
Wow.
I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna lay here till I die. You know, that's yeah. So, but the only different. Well, like Priscilla and I, we already knew each other, and
Interesting.
we were always complaining about our false karmic twins to each other.
So
because we didn't know, you know, spirit always waits till divine timing to tell us the truth, I guess you could say.
Right.
So, but yeah, we already knew each other. We'd known each other for about 1.5 years, I want to say.
About a year.
Something like that.
Yeah.
About a year. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a year.
That's pretty funny. So
weird.
You were helping each other with each other's karmics.
We were.
Yes.
Not knowing that you were twins.
Exactly.
Yes.
We met on a twin flame page. I had just gotten on it.
The irony in that is tenfold, I gotta say.
Isn't it?
No, it's that spirit having a sense of humor.
That's right. That was right. Oh yeah.
Spirit is freaking hilarious.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and if you want to gauge a timeline, it was in around the holidays of 2017 when I went through surrender and realized, hey, you know what, this isn't going anywhere, and yeah, I need to start on my purpose. And that's when I just surrendered and said, this is not going anywhere with this person that I thought was, you know, there was the pre-twin. There was just no commitment, no nothing. It was just cyclical with him.
He's a karmic.
So yeah, because he was a karmic. So anyway, that's when I did my surrender of the soul and started working on myself.
Yeah, we always gave each other advice.
Yeah, we did. We
did readings for each other. Like, we were so ridiculous. And the crazy thing was, though, is when I first started hearing that my pre-twin was not my twin, the cards started doing, like, you know, like, all my readings started going to crap. You know, like, if I asked, like, was he my twin? Like, no. I was like, what? And one, you know, I would get mad, and so I would ask the cards, you know, a different question. And one time I just happened to ask, was Priscilla my twin? You know, like, not even serious. And the card came out yes. And that was like 6 months. I was like, these cards are,
wow.
Like, they're possessed. The cards are possessed.
Her too.
They're not
wow.
possessed, they have to be possessed.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So you were just in denial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Spirit took me through the ringer, you know, and letting me know. And I was, took me through the ringer because she was in denial, and all I could do was just tell her. And it became, oh, she hated hearing me say that. All I would say was just, okay.
Oh yeah, that made me so
whatever
mad.
You say, okay.
That made me so mad because I always knew she was right, and that's what made me mad.
Yeah,
is that she was right, and she didn't even. She just looks at me like, okay,
it's okay, right?
A block to work through.
Yeah, exactly, and that's when the true work starts. You know, once you're in union.
And I was stubborn. Like, I was, you know, like, something would come up. Well, that's just something you need to heal. And I'm like, I don't need to heal anything. I'm fine, just like I am.
Right.
Thank you very much. I don't have to heal shit, basically.
Exactly.
You know, just being
but you get into that
Taurus ass. Just
get into that. Yeah, you get into that stage of denial.
It's like, well, with me, it's like, you know, I'm gonna do it on my own time when I'm ready. And that's what happened.
That's what happened. Like, yeah. So I did that surrender 2017 around the holidays, so the late fall, and then I met her in the spring of 2018. So it's fast.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going into the, I guess, wow, do we bypass the third stage?
No, we haven't actually done the second stage.
The second one, the coming into, still discussing the dark night of the soul. So coming into union with your twin flame, the first meeting. So Adam, you have an interesting story of synchronicities with meeting your gorgeous twin.
Oh man, do I? It's totally mind-blowing, yet so magical.
Wow.
Yeah. I gotta say, I haven't heard a story like mine before.
Absolutely.
And I love that. It's that unique, you know?
Yeah.
How it went down was when I got to the point of doing enough spiritual work and feeling really ready to call in my true twin flame. I communicated to God, to Spirit, by saying to God, to Spirit, that I am ready. Please show me through somebody else's mouth, a screen, whatever. Some type of medium where I would just know that it's so obvious that I should go to this event to meet my twin flame. And I knew that it wasn't going to be online. I had a psychic reading years ago that I really resonated with when she said, you're not going to meet her online. It's going to be in person, face to face, at some type of event with a lot of people. And when you see each other, you will just know. So that helped a lot. I'm not going to lie. That recording, which I have saved on my computer, that let me know that I should be open to going to an event that's big like that.
Wow.
And so then at the time, he is no longer my friend, but at the time, this friend of mine called me up one day and he said, Adam, you got to go to this Tony Robbins seminar. He's going to change your life. Because he saw that I was still getting my stuff together. At the time, I was still figuring out my life purpose, having taken a sabbatical from my first serious job out of college that I had worked in for 7+ years. And then, like I said, I took a sabbatical because I knew that that was it. I had enough. I wanted to step into my true life purpose. I knew that it was beyond this going to work and getting checks to pay the bills.
Right.
I knew that it was something spiritual, something to do with my soul, something to reach as many people in the world as possible type of work.
Yeah.
So then I already knew that it was coaching, most likely, that was going to be my life purpose, just because prior to going to the seminar, I had already started practicing my coaching skills on others and had gotten really wonderful results. So when I went to the seminar, it wasn't a surprise that that was the absolute confirmation that I am supposed to be this life coach, this spiritual life coach that's going to change so many, 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 many lives.
True.
And so I got the ticket. And yes, this was at a huge arena, right? Like over 10,000 people. And as it turns out, my friend couldn't attend the day of, and I was so happy. I felt like the experience wouldn't have been the same if he had came. So it worked out in my favor. And so I go there. Of course, I'm all excited. I was a big fan of Tony Robbins. I always really admired his work. So it never occurred to me to actually go to one of his seminars, because at that point I was always against seminars. I felt like, this is for people who are kind of lazy and need a kick in the pants. And, you know, it's like you go to one of those things and then you feel good. And then a day or two after, just like New Year's, you just say, forget it. And then you're back to square one.
Like New Year's, true.
You know what I mean? So I was like, really about seminars. But like I said, I got really excited. This is Tony Robbins. I think this is going to be really awesome. And I found out one of my friends was going there as well from Cyprus. So I was like, all right, this could be cool. And I know I'm going to meet a lot of people. And at this point in my life, I was just the type of person that can go anywhere by myself and it's going to be totally fine.
Wow.
I totally eliminated that whole fear that I need to go with a friend or somebody I know, to feel comfortable. That fear totally gone. So that was cool. And it was about a 4.5-day event, if you include the very first day of registration, which was awesome in its own right. And day 1 started, it was epic. Day 2 came. And on day 2, out of nowhere, I started to feel in my gut, in my soul, that I'm going to meet my twin flame on the last day of the event, which happened to be November 11th, which is twin flame / soulmate day.
Yeah.
So I thought, wow, this is insane, but this is so cool if it actually does go down and my intuition is on point. So the last day comes. And once again, this is a huge arena, right? So I could be sitting anywhere, even in the one section that I was in. You see, you could choose the Diamond Pass, which is the closest to seeing Tony Robbins at the stage. And then you got the Executive Pass, which is the middle section, so a bit higher up in the arena. And then you got the general admission, which is like practically nosebleed, where my friend from Cyprus was sitting. So even in the executive section, which I had my pass, my ticket at, you could choose all these sections randomly each and every day. So I choose this random section. I choose a seat 11, the number 11, just for the sake of 11, to keep it more fun. And on this day, I got there early enough to where there was hardly anybody in this section, and it started to fill up with people little by little, started to talk with new people as usual. It was filling up. This Asian girl sits next to me at one point. She was nice. We were talking about stuff. And all the while, I'm seeing this crazy synchronicity. All the numbers from 1111, 1212, 111, 222, 333, 444, 555. And get this, right after 555, about 20 minutes or so later, let's say, I turn my head and I see her. And even though there was all these people in my section, it was like my eyes just zeroed in on her.
Wow.
And I said, wow. I said, that's her. Not to sound corny, for me, it felt like it was an angel that fell from the sky. And I was just, wow. I was like mesmerized. And I said, that has to be it. Because look, I was talking to plenty of other girls in the events, getting to know them, and none of them felt like it was the twin flame. You know, I was like, is it? I'm like, they seem cool, they're very friendly, but I'm not feeling it like that, you know? And when I just saw her, I'm telling you, I just knew it.
Wow.
I was absolutely drawn. And then, of course, I was feeling nervous, like, what should I say? I noticed that she was wearing this sweatshirt at one point that had the logo of a bar that was nearby me. So I said to myself, oh my gosh, she must be from where I'm from, Long Island.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this is getting really interesting. So I thought to myself, well, I can go with that. I can go up to her and say, hey, are you from Long Island? And in my head, that sounded good. But then I was like doubting myself. I'm like, nah, maybe that's too regular. I need something more spicy. You know, I started to get nervous, basically. I started to get nervous. And it was just interesting because I saw her also running up and down the staircase. And again, I thought this is just very synchronistic, like something is about to happen kind of feeling. And then once again, like 20 minutes goes by and I'm thinking about all this. And then out of nowhere, I'm not kidding you, the last event of this huge event was a pranic healing meditation called a twin hearts meditation.
Wow.
So of all things it's called is a twin heart meditation. And it even said you can text 222-333 to get the audio download of the meditation.
Oh my goodness.
So I thought immediately, okay, if this is not my absolute opportunity to go up to her, I don't know what is. Okay. So, of course, I'm getting excited. And I begin the exercise with the girl next to me. And of course, because I'm not, feeling the girl next to me at all, she's not my twin flame. She said, you're thinking too much in your head. You need to drop down into your heart space. She's like, I'm a Reiki teacher and I can sense that. Because the exercise was to look into each other's eyes, give each other unconditional love, because the eyes are the window to the soul. The eyes are the window to the soul. So again, you can't get more twin flame than this, yeah? So I took her advice, okay. And then when the guy said switch, I go down, trying to make my way down to her. And then I was just a bit too late. And the guy said, all right, switch partners. And I saw that she switched to another person. So I said, shucks. And I turned to another person. And then I was just trying to like stay optimistic. But inside I felt like, I blew my chance. I should have been a little faster, right? And I'm walking up back to my seat, feeling a little like defeated. But then as I'm doing this, as I'm walking back to my seat, the guy says, all right, one more partner, go now.
Wow.
I turn around and I ran as fast as I could. I mean, I wasn't incredibly far away, but let's just say I wasn't going to waste any time. All right. I went down as fast as I could. And just like the movies, or the fact that it was meant to be, because it was, everybody in her row cleared out. They walked away.
Wow.
And I walked up to her and she saw me and I saw her and we looked at each other in the eye. She smiled. She said hi and I said hi. And then we did this exercise where once again, put each other's hands at a small distance, looking at each other in the eyes deeply for probably what was a minute or two. But for me, it felt like the whole world stood still and that this was the most beautiful moment of my entire life. And I just felt this insane love from this girl I'm just meeting. Yeah, I have my eyes on. And just, it was beyond the physical attraction. It was just my soul knew this recognition of this soul. Like I just knew how amazing and kind and sweet and intelligent and talented and all these things about her. It's just like I felt it. I knew it. And it was just, once again, a beautiful thing as I felt her look at me in the same way. It's just like our eyes locking on each other and smiling the entire time, and then followed by a nice hug and what's your name and all this and that. And every time I think about it, my mind is blown.
Wow, mine is too. That's so amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that's stage 2 for you.
Wow.
I know that wasn't a big deal, but stage 2. That wasn't epic or anything, but
Yes, it was.
It was
Very
yeah.
epic.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what that used to happen to us. I was just remembering how like I would come over to your house whatever we were doing, like working on whatever we were working on, the karmics, and we were like, oh look, it's 11:11.
We were always, oh look, it's 11:11, and we're back to doing our readings and doing our meditations, doing
trying to call in our twin flame.
Yes, we would do grounding together, meditation too. Oh yeah. Oh, and it's 11,
look, it's 11:11. Oh look, it's 3:33. It's 3:33 already.
Wow. Well, mine with Tonya was
yes.
first day that she came over, first day that we met, physically met. I mean, over the phone, it's like I knew that, I knew something. It was like if I'd known her forever. But when I first had her over to the house just to come over, it was a yaya night. You know, we were all getting together, my first cousins, and we were all just having some wine, just kicking back and doing some readings, messing around with some crystals and some stones. And I invited her over for the first time. Opened the door and just knew. You just know. It's I knew not then that she was my twin. I knew that there was a connection that I was going to know about. I mean, it was going to just flourish. I just felt this. It was a feeling of, there you are. Wow. I know you. And
I was terrified.
And she was terrified.
Because it was so intense.
I was like, yeah, well, for me, it was very intense. But in being stuck at this, you know, knowing of having that the catalyst was my pre-twin, that was the furthest thing from my mind. I just knew soulmate connection. And that's what I was feeling. That's what I was thinking. That's the label that I was putting on there. That soulmate connection. It was just like I wanted to just throw myself on her, you know, just hug her and all, and just like, but I couldn't because I thought, okay, then she's going to just run away. And it was very intense. It was like home, you know. I felt that about her, that she was like home, and it was a feeling of, there you are, and I know you. And then I just left it at that. And she was terrified. Yeah, so
can't forget about that part.
Yeah. And then we were becoming best friends, and I go, oh yeah, that's the soulmate connection. Aw.
Aw, it's so sweet.
That was very sweet.
I love it. That is sweet. It is really cute.
Yeah. Oh
Adorbs.
yeah. Well, it goes deeper than that, of course. Now, you know, hindsight, now that we know, and then I'm going back to my childhood, and you know, and Tonya served for you know, in the US military. So when I was a little girl, I always like looked over my shoulder at a woman in uniform. And so so there's just a lot of things that now I know they all just kind of fit together.
And you have the dreams too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the dreams also that I would have. So yeah, it's just, yep. It just all came together. So anyway, that was ours. And her story about me is that she was terrified.
Very much.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Yeah.
She
from
was
the
scared
masculine.
out
That's
of
the
her
masculine.
mind.
Yeah. That's the divine masculine.
Whoa, whoa, intense, man.
Yep.
You need to chill out, man. Take
I
a
know.
chill
Yeah.
pill, dude.
Yeah, because I was
Seriously.
blocking her entrance. I was like wanting to just, like, yeah. Anyway. But yeah.
Anyway, how
Like, it wasn't
about
even funny at the time.
No, it
stage
wasn't.
3? What's going on
Number
with stage
3,
3?
separation, runner, chaser dynamic.
Right on.
Well, all right. So, picking your brain.
Okay. It's interesting because I'm gonna knock on wood here and pray that it won't be any worse than what I've experienced. But in my mind, it has been where all the insanity of the separation has lied in my head. And what do I mean by this? I mean that knowing that she was unavailable,
Mm,
seeing somebody else, and even before that, before I knew that was the case, naturally it wasn't that easy to, have a steady communication, so to speak,
mm-hmm.
where I'd text and she would text back, but it wouldn't be like, so much of an easy back and forth kind of thing. It was like inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I would ask her out, she would just give me some excuse to where there would be no recourse. It's like, oh, I have to babysit my family or see my family, which that was totally fine by me because I told her, and it's true, I'm all about family, and that's super important. It's number one. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually admire that in her. And so I said, okay, that's fine. I know how this works, that I'm going to have to put in some effort in the beginning. And, that's just me being a man, macho man, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, then I learned as we got to know each other and I started to go to her yoga classes and all this, that she had a boyfriend. Naturally, I stopped asking her out because, of course, I'm going to respect that connection
Yeah.
and just know that when the divine timing comes, that we will be able to reunite, come into union, which is stage 5, which we'll get to very shortly. But the insanity lied once again in my head because this entire time, from the moment I met her up until now, I haven't said a word about the fact that we're twin flames, going into all this deep synchronistic stuff, because naturally that's just going to frighten a person,
Right.
regardless how they might feel about you. So it's been killing me to restrain myself completely in that regard. But at the same time, I've noticed that it's helped the connection tremendously compared to what I see, read, and hear about other twin flames, which is always just some kind of crazy, catastrophic runner tracer dynamic, which I've experienced with my karmic soulmate.
Right.
And if you want to ask my ego, I've done all the work with that craziness
Absolutely.
with my karmic soulmate. So that's like done in my mind,
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, that's why I feel like as crazy as crazy as it is in my head compared to what it could be, it's extremely gentle, in my opinion. So
yes, absolutely it is.
yeah, right. So in this stage, I just allowed it to unfold little by little, trusting that I will know more about her. She will know more about me. We'll get to know each other. The connection will be more understood on her end. And this is just going to get more and more gorgeous by the day, you know, by every time that we meet, and so on and so forth. And not trying to push or force with aggression, because that's something that I know how to do. I mean, my father is Israeli, so bringing me up, that was always the answer. You got to be aggressive. You got to go after things. You got to be a man. You know, don't back down. Be persistent, and persistent is my middle name. All right, like I won't stop until I get it, kind of thing. But I knew with this connection, I had to be gentle about it, and that's okay, because I wanted it to be slow, that we get to know each other, that again, it unfolds in a beautiful way. It's not this 1, 2, 3 kind of thing that was, again, my karmic soulmate trying to do on me. Okay, we get together. Now where's my ring? Now where's the marriage? Why aren't we moving in together? Talking about kids. All in all, we're together for like a month or two. I'm like, are you out of your mind? So yeah, I was just like, that's not happening. You're absolutely freaking me out and making me run for the hills. Which again happened 4 times. Like I left, I came back, I left, I came back, I left, and I came back, because there felt like this unfinished business. And so I again finally learned a lesson. That's when that whole dynamic ended, because you know my karmic was always chasing me, and I was always running. And so now it's kind of funny that the roles have been reversed now that I've met my twin flame, although maybe it's not. Maybe I was supposed to experience it to where I was the runner in that situation with my karmic, but with my twin flame, I'm going to be the chaser. Right? Even though it wasn't like, again, brutal, intense, aggressive, hardcore chasing. Yes, I definitely was in pursuit. And yes, I definitely took whatever appropriate opportunity that I could to show her that I'm interested, right? So that is where I'm still at. Although what's changed is that now I'm no longer in that chaser mentality. I'm actually in the mentality that I am worthy of being chased, and that I've put in all the work, that I said all that I could say, short of looking like I'm crazy, right? Short of trying to meddle with her relationship, right? With this guy. So that's not me. And so again, this is actually leading into stage number 4, surrender and detachment, to where that's exactly where I am. I'm surrendering this to the divine, to God, to spirit, to the angels, whoever is assisting me in this journey, and just knowing that it's going to happen to where she'll reach out to me, we'll rendezvous with each other and bump into each other. I don't know how and when exactly it will happen, but that's none of my business. It's the universe's job to take care of that now at this point. And all I know is that if I just continue focusing on my life purpose intensely, not because I'm supposed to, but generally because I love coaching, and I love reading for people, and I love helping and healing as many people as I can. That is going to attract her, my twin flame,
absolutely.
and the union.
You're working your purpose.
A harmonious union.
Yes.
So I'm very privileged to be in this position, and I consider myself to be a lucky bastard to know that this is my twin flame. Like, if I went to God and said, make me the perfect woman, that's who would be. So I am just completely content and so fortunate to be on this journey.
Yeah.
As insane as it is sometimes, like,
yeah,
absolutely.
I'm extremely grateful for it.
Well, we are too, because we're now in the knowing that you couldn't get to point B without getting it, being coming from point A. So yeah, that's just.
And it's not a straight line either.
It's not a straight line. Yep. Never. Wow. You have a beautiful story.
Yeah, it is.
You're very blessed.
Thank you. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. Thank you so much, girls.
Mm-hmm. Well, so at the surrender and detachment, after I did that, I went and I just dove into my purpose. So into also doing spiritual coaching, life coaching, and I just kind of stepped away from it, even though it was in my face, or even though I was still in contact off and on with the karmic pre-twin. I just was not having it anymore. I was able to shift out of that and speak to him more as a how can I say, like someone that I was actually counseling. I was able to detach myself completely, right?
You're right. Right.
So and then that's, like I said, did that surrender in the holidays of 2017, and in the spring, Tonya comes around. So I think and I believe that we have several surrender detachments. We go through several of them, not just that one being the big one, because that is you get to that point because Spirit's like, okay, you're ready.
Yep.
You're ready. Let's go ahead and move you away from that. You already learned what you were going to learn. You're ready. You're good enough. So but then once you're in union, there are several other separations that happen, and we separation meaning that you just come into the allowing of, okay, letting go and letting God and be in the allowance that this is what has this is next. Okay, let's do it. Let's get there.
Yeah, because our runner chaser was more of a push pull than a full on runner chaser.
Yeah.
Because we actually came into physical union, and then there was some periods where, because I wasn't fully healed and where I needed to be, there was like you call it, I guess, an energetic separation.
Yeah.
But not even that so much. It wasn't like that we were fighting or not getting along. It was more like, I just need time to heal, and heal things my way. And it takes time.
Yeah,
a little bit. But that was our runner chaser. It was more of a push pull. We were actually already in union when we went through that.
Yeah, already in there. And so there's going to be several of these surrenders for the harmonious union. But whenever you get there, it is it's like nothing else. There's like
can't compare.
You can't.
You can't put a price on it.
No, absolutely not. There's just.
And you shouldn't put conditions on it either, which is obvious.
Right.
But
all of that goes away.
Because all of it, yeah.
Everything, all that goes away. The 3D perception of a relationship, expectations, all of that is gone. It's just gone. It's like it always has been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I just don't know. I mean, I feel
it's hard to explain.
Yeah, it is hard to explain. And we're there quickly, I feel, because once you're in union, you know the true work. That's when your work begins. And so it's like, okay, you already had your practice. You already know what works, what doesn't, whatever with the pre. And then now you're in union. Okay, now it's time to get to work. Chop, chop.
Yep.
You've got some ascension to be given to some others, and that's our purpose, is to help others that are that are going through what we went through.
Yeah, we love the coaching too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we love that. But yeah, to help help twins that are feeling stuck. Yeah. Get through that.
Get over that hump.
Get over that hump. That's right. Get over that fourth stage. Get over and get into that surrender, so that you can become awake and aware of who that really is, that you're feeling is your twin connection. So, wow. So we're going to be invited to your union ceremony, Adam? Is that what you're...
Just kidding.
Are you seriously even asking me that question?
Because it's coming.
Y'all are going to be the maids of honor at least.
We'll be the queens.
But yeah, and it's just so fast. And being in the surrender, it helps you be out of your way with, you just dive into what you're doing, and that's what you've done, and you're just amazing at everything that you do, and just very blessed. And this is why this is coming pretty quickly for you. It really is. It is. We feel it.
Yeah.
We recognize it.
Yeah, it's actually incredible that in 6 days, it's going to be exactly a year since we met.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And when you were talking about her earlier, it was 11/11 in our time zone.
And I've been seeing 11/11 like crazy lately. Like crazy.
That's your sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's your sign.
Couldn't be more clear than that. All right. So listen, it's been an absolute blast. Thank you so much for having me on your channel.
Oh, thank you.
I look forward to doing more of these in the future.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome.
You're most welcome. And for now, just so everybody knows, once again, my name is Adam Namaste, and you can check me out at ascensionexpress.com. I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/Ascension Express. I'm on Instagram, and I'm offering everything from coaching to card readings to past life regressions that I recently started doing and have been getting outstanding results. So I highly encourage you to come check me out, check out my reviews, and give me a try. I think you'll be absolutely happy, as well as with Tonya and Katherine, who are absolutely amazing, intuitive ladies. You're just going to absolutely love working with them.
Thank you. And yes, do check him out. Adam is amazing. We should do video on that on the
what called Adam is
the
amazing.
regression. Yeah.
I can do that all day long. My ego would just go through the roof. Adam is amazing. Oh, geez, I cracked myself up. No, the past life regressions. That's a good idea for sure.
Yeah.
Really hot topic lately.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It blew me away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
right.
So
Okay.
until next time, I'm wishing y'all love and light. Namaste.
Good night.
I'm peacing out.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Peace.